The diner was quiet, empty, except for me. Another day, another dollar, or at least enough dollars to keep sending back home. Ma was counting on me. The bus stop was cold. February, always the worst. Wind cut through my thin jacket. Last bus was late. Typical, just my luck. Finally, headlights cut through the darkness. I climbed on, relief washing over me. Warmth. Driver barely looked up, just another fare, another soul heading into the night. I sank into the seat. Exhaustion pulled at me. The city lights blurred. Each stop, fewer people. Soon I was alone, except for her. 3 rows back in the darkness. I hadn't noticed her get on. She was huddled in the corner. A woman. Old, maybe. Hard to tell in the dim light. Her face hidden in the shadows of a thick shawl. She didn't move. Didn't speak. It felt strange. Wrong. Like something out of a story Ma used to tell. About creatures that lurked in the dark. I tried to ignore her. Focus on the rhythm of the engine. The passing streetlights. But I could feel her eyes on me. Even hidden, they seemed to pierce the shadows. A cold dread crept up my spine. I gripped my bag tighter. Wished I hadn't taken this job. Wished I was home. Then, the unthinkable happened. The bus screeched to a halt. Driver swore. Engine trouble, he muttered. Everyone off. Panic surged through me. Stuck here. With her. We were alone. On a deserted street, just me, the driver, and her. The driver disappeared into the darkness, cursing, trying to call for help. I sat there frozen. She rose from her seat, slowly, as if every movement pained her. She moved towards me, closer, closer. I could feel her eyes boring into me. My heart pounded in my chest. Then, she stopped, right in front of me. She reached out a hand, her face still hidden. In her palm, a single coin glinted in the dim light. Her fare. She was asking for help. I took the coin, my hand trembling. "I'll pay for her," I told the driver, my voice a strained whisper. He just shrugged, relieved to have one less problem to deal with. She returned to her seat. The wait for the tow truck felt like an eternity. Finally, it arrived. We boarded, her and I the only passengers. The relief I should have felt was absent, replaced by a growing unease. She was getting off at my stop. I watched her as we neared my street. Even from behind, she seemed to radiate an unnatural chill. As I stepped off the bus, I lit a cigarette, a nervous habit. She hesitated, staying in the shadows. My street was deserted, the houses dark, silent, except for the echo of my own footsteps. And hers. She was following me, keeping her distance, but always there, a specter in the night. I broke into a run. Adrenaline surged through me. The fear was a living thing now. I could hear her behind me, closer. I fumbled with my keys, finally wrenching open the gate to my grandmother's house. Her sanctuary. My sanctuary. I slammed the gate shut, the iron bars cold against my touch. She stood there, just beyond the gate, her face still hidden, but her eyes burned with an unholy light. Then she was gone, vanished. My grandmother found me there, hours later, still huddled by the gate. She knew. She always knew. She told me about the woman in the shadows, an evil spirit preying on the lost and lonely. She said I was lucky to be alive. Years have passed, but I still remember that night. The cold, the fear, the eyes that saw right through me. And sometimes in the dead of night I hear footsteps behind me. Slow, deliberate. And I know she's still out there, watching, waiting.